Over the years I have been studying Mr. Ikeda's peace proposals. He attaches great emphasis on environmental protection and proposes concrete improvement plans, which have become the core idea of my work related to the green economy business.
Hello everyone, I am Hwa Chong. My hobby is reading, especially the peace proposal written by Mr. Ikeda every year, which inspires me deeply. I will apply the ideals of peace, culture and education that I have learned in the Gakkai, especially the ideas inspired by the Seeds of Hope exhibition promoted by the Saka Gakkai, and put them into practice in my life. In particular, at the Seeds of Hope exhibition, I learned about the founder of the African Green Belt movement, Dr. Wangari Maathai. She said, "Once you realize how much work lies ahead, there is no limit to your motivation," something I admire very much. This has driven women across Kenya to plant 40 million trees. Not only did it improve the land in Kenya, it also prevented many landslides and water loss, and at the same time improved the social status of local women and allowed them to have jobs. After the United Nations learnt about the campaign, it also launched a worldwide campaign to plant trees, and hundreds of millions of trees have been planted. I was very moved by this spirit. It is exactly the same as the spirit of empowerment that Mr. Ikeda talked about, and complements each other. Mr. Ikeda said that as long as a person is empowered, he or she will definitely manifest great strength and value. I put this into practice in Run for Peace 2017 and 2019. I went through the dialogue again and again, talking and communicating with youth committee members, encouraging them to take up the mission and responsibility. At first, some refused while others were too embarrassed to participate. However, once they understood the meaning and spirit of the event, they all took on the power of empowerment and began to take part in the event. They were able to bring forth a great deal of energy and enthusiasm. They started to go out into the community and speak to a wide range of people about this idea of peace. Did you know? In the 2 editions of the Run for Peace in Johor, a total of nearly 40,000 people participated. The enthusiasm and energy of the youth division deeply moved many people, and this actually became the key to success. My previous and current jobs have given me the opportunity to work on a number of state and national economic planning projects. For example, I have been involved in the state government's annual budget planning, the Malaysia Plan and the Economic Transformation Plan. I have also been involved in a number of projects on climate change, environmental protection and other issues. For example, I have been involved in the Earth Hour campaign, the Forest Conservation and Replanting Program, the Green Economy and the Green Blueprint for the Environment. I remember that back in 2014, there was a swampy forest on the outskirts of Moor that was very difficult to manage. The authorities, in fact, intended to change its land use. The forest was in the water, and if the water was drained, the soil would be exposed to the air, and there was actually a lot of carbon stored in the soil. It was a carbon sink forest, which is very valuable. If the forest was on fire, the carbon in the soil would be released and cause a lot of pollution. So, with the help of the NGO, I immediately went to my superior to explain the situation to him. The state government at that time launched a replanting and conservation program. The forest comprises 3,700 hectares, contains rare flora and fauna, and is ideal for ecotourism, trade, and research. It has been preserved to date and is a great help to climate change and environmental protection. In 2017 or 2018, a national park in the countryside of Johor had a problem. The electricity supply was unstable and sometimes caused power outages. So, I started to discuss with the local government and the National Park Authority to lobby them to accept a hydroelectric generator from Toyama City in Japan. This is the first hydroelectric floating generator in Asia. Combined with solar power, it will be a hybrid system. In fact, it is not only used for educational purposes but also provides 8 hours of electricity daily to the ticketing office. This is a small contribution to reduce carbon footprints. I remember that in one of his peace proposals Mr. Ikeda specifically mentioned the city-to-city cooperation program. This cooperation between the city of Toyama and the state of Johor, a local government, contributes to the city-to-city cooperation program.
Mr. Ikeda mentions in his peace proposal that since the cause behind it is a human factor, the solution must also be in the hands of the people. In his peace proposal, Mr. Ikeda uses the nexus approach to address these issues. This means that when we focus on one of the goals, it creates a chain reaction which leads to the other goals. I was very inspired by this. In my current work, I am actively promoting green buildings and communities. This is also in line with SDG 11. I have found that it also drives SDG 7, green energy, SDG 8, economic development, SDG 13, climate action, and other goals. I have also been involved in the National Water Supply Program, completing the SDG 6 contribution. I am also actively promoting the use of awards, such as the Green Accord Initiative Award, to actively engage government departments and the private sector in the promotion of the green economy and the SDGs. Mr. Ikeda once said, "It is also important to establish goals that generate positive ripple effects throughout society and which can be undertaken by any and all within the context of their immediate circumstances." I am sure that if more organizations and people join in environmental conservation, it will definitely become a powerful force for advancing world peace. Let's start with what we can do. Only with peace can we embrace happiness in our lives. Thank you.